What's up, lads? Welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor, and this is another Sunday live stream. So let's smash up the like button and jump right into it. Start off like we always do with our crypto market overview. Take a quick look at these charts, lads. So Bitcoin has some Sunday volatility today. As we can see, we had a nice flush. We had a nice flush down to $110,400 on the Bybit Perps chart. And with that, Ethereum is still much stronger. The money is in altcoins at the current moment in time. But we do have somewhat of a, we can call it short-term worrisome sign that the market wants to go a bit lower with a daily time frame SFP, a swing failure pattern here on Ethereum with the new all-time high, right? So the new all-time high, again, was 4888 in the 8th month of the year in August. And we just went ahead and swept that all-time high here and quickly rejected on a Sunday, a nice manipulated Sunday we are having right now. So what does this mean for us? Are we going to pull back? Are we just going to blast through this all-time high and, go right up to my my next targets higher? What's going to happen? We'll be discussing that in this live stream, so be sure to stick with me until the very end. As we get going right now, be sure to smash the like button. Don't forget to smash that like button, lads. Thank you for your support. But let's take a quick look at the market in general right now. So we have a bit of a, sideways consolidation kind of phase right now for most of these assets, right? Altcoins, besides Ethereum, haven't really started to violently break out just yet. Some have. There are outliers out there, but we can see XRP trading for $3. XRP's been trading for $3 for weeks now, weeks on end, right? This is just sideways. Solana 207. In general, we are yet to see the real kind of start of the rally of altcoin season. That is coming, but it hasn't happened just yet. So that's actually a really good thing, because that means if you haven't positioned yourself properly, you do have a bit of time right now, but you don't have too much time, in my opinion. Currently, the altcoin season index is at a 57. Right, again, we need 75 to officially be in altcoin season. Just a few days ago when we were live, this was at a 53. So it's creeping up slowly but surely. And you guys have to understand, when things get going, this is how crypto always works. When things actually get going, they happen in an instant, in a flash. There's no time to go and buy the coin you wanted to buy once it has started, right? That's just how the game works. You're either in, or you watch from the sidelines and you buy basically much higher when things get going. So that's going to be a main theme of today's live stream, right? We're going to be looking at coins and setting up high probability buy levels from the current prices in case anybody out there wants to add to any bags, or maybe someone is just completely sidelined because they've been riddled in fear and they let the market get the best of them. Well, listen, man, if that's you, you don't have much time to join the party, because like I said, once the rocket ship takes off, it ain't going to come back to the launch pad to pick your ass up. It's gone. All right, so with that being said, let's continue on with the live stream. Shout out to everybody here in the live chat. We got Glasshopper77. What is up, Glasshopper? Bullish on Pinlink? Not necessarily, no. Not bearish or bullish on that coin. Pluto is frosty. What's going on, my man? We got Ghost as well. What's up, Ghost? How are you doing, my man? Silvadala as well. Green Chili Pepper. What is up, Green Chili? Great to see you. Blue Breath. Caleb's the Green Hornet. Fiat Hater. Let's go smash up that like button. Appreciate all you guys being here. A lot of familiar names. Shout out to Shane, LVL Lady, John Valentine. What is up, lads? Smash up the like button. So listen, we'll look at all your guys coins in a little bit. Just let me go through my analysis first. I'm not going to immediately just start looking at Turbo right now, right? So let's go look at Bitcoin to start this off. First of all, we have moved into the one-day demand And I mean, the candle did not close underneath it, right? So maybe this still continues to hold. We have our weekly candle closure today. Actually, the weekly candle just closed, I should say. And the weekly candle closed over here at 113,400 approximately. So the lowest close we've had up here since Bitcoin has made its new all-time highs and hit our target levels, right? This is the lowest close we have had, but it hasn't closed beneath the lows. So, I mean, sign of weakness, but not necessarily a major reason to be concerned right now. It is very possible that we go and we test this level of 4-day demand coming in at around 109 to 108K, especially given this these recent events. With this this is just a liquidation. We haven't had a liquidation candle like this in quite some time on Bitcoin. I believe it was from somebody market selling like over 20,000 Bitcoin in one sell. So anyways, nonetheless, big liquidation candle. Not really too much to be concerned about, but it's very possible we do come and we test below 110K. It shouldn't really scare you too much. Why? Because like I've been saying, the trade is over on Bitcoin. The trade is on altcoins from here on out into the cycle. Just look at Ethereum, right? Just to prove my point. I said the trade was over on Bitcoin long before Ethereum had this monster rally. Don't believe me? Go watch my other live streams. It's clear as day that I made that point clear. But anyways, the trade's over on Bitcoin. So yeah, it can go to 100, 109, 108. Maybe he wants to hit 107. I believe 107 is the quarterly. Let me pull up that to confirm. Yeah, the quarterly is at 107. Quarterly open. So that's very possible it does get tested sometime in late August or maybe early September. But after that happens, I believe we will see bullish price action and we will have the actual start to altcoin season. So that's BTC. Let's keep on moving on. USDT here. So remember, if you guys watched that video I made, by the way, guys, you like the new YouTube profile picture? Smash up the like button if you guys like that new YouTube profile picture, lads. If you guys watched this YouTube video I made yesterday, I went over how a lot of the majors had similar levels, and we can see here for USDT dominance how it came into the level of supply over here. Right, this is a 1-day supply zone. And price came and just wicked into it on this big liquidation flush. So this hit the 1-day supply. If Bitcoin wants to continue to pull back, if we see some weakness into late August, early September, again, there's no reason to have any fear, right? Like this pullback's probably the last chance to get on board the rocket ship. So even if we do pull back further, or maybe we come up and we hit 460, it's just a buy op. That's all it is. But anyways, we moved into 1-day supply here on USDT dominance. Total hit 1-day demand over here. As we can see, right, we have this labeled already. We hit the 1-day demand zone at $3.82 trillion. So this is all major confluence, right, to trade your altcoins. Total 2 is noticeably stronger. Why is the total 2 noticeably stronger, guys? Because Ethereum is noticeably stronger as well. So that means the total 2, which is excluding Bitcoin, it's mainly made up of Ethereum, you know, it's going to be noticeably stronger. So yeah, with that, just like ETH, it hasn't hit any levels yet, right? The total 2 and Ethereum are the main two like things we want to be tracking and looking at right now. And with that, the total 2 hasn't hit any levels for confluence. USDT did, total 2 didn't, Ethereum didn't either. We have a 1-day hidden order block at 1.6 trillion, and then we have that 1-day demand zone that the other majors I just showed you already hit, but total 2 hasn't hit. So for this pullback we're in right now, I think what will likely mark the bottom would be like the total 2 coming in, hitting the 1-day demand zone. Maybe this happens this upcoming week. Maybe it happens in early September. But I would be looking down here, around here, like 1.6, 1.52 trillion to determine the bottom of this pullback. And this would be the best optimal time to buy any coins that you're looking to buy. Your final shopping list, basically. So that's the total 2. Hasn't hit any relevant levels yet. Also, I want to mention how, if we go to the weekly, it hasn't made a new all-time high. Ethereum has made a new all-time high. The total 2 has not made a new all-time high. With that, it has weekly swing failure patterned the high from over here in December twice over the past 2 weeks now. But it's yet to see a new all-time high above the 2021 cycle peak at $1.71 trillion. So that's worth noting. What does that mean? It means there's still upside. What's the target? 2.5 trillion. It's been marked on the charts, lads, and we're not going to change the target. Oh, things are so bullish now. Let's raise the targets. That's not how we do it here, lads. That's just not how we do it. Target's been set, right? We know we want to be looking to get out of the market, take significant profits when we run our target, and we're not going to move it up because things are so bullish now. That's a bit of a retarded thing to do, in my opinion. Anyways, let's keep on moving on. So to the total 3. For the total 3, similar to total 2, we have the one-day level of demand down here at 1.03 trillion, and we haven't hit that just yet. We have fully mitigated this this hidden order block over here, and it has provided, as you can see, some bounces and such. But I mean, hey, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it for the total 3, and it ends up holding this level on the daily, because you can see how it hasn't even closed inside of the block, inside of the order block. Maybe this is it, but I would likely think, probability wise, it wants to come into the one-day demand. Okay, so that one-day demand zone starts at 1.03 trillion and it goes down to around 1.01 trillion dollars. This is the total market cap excluding Bitcoin and ETH. Not quite the shitcoin index, because it still includes coins like XRP and stable coins and things like that. Really, for the shitcoin index, we need to look at others, which is at $303 billion, $700 billion less than the total 3, again, because it doesn't include anything inside of the top 10, which is very important. That's tons of money in the top 10 in crypto. The others to total 3 ratio shows you that. Now, for others, again, demand down here not tested. One day, HOB, fully mitigated, fully used up. All the juice was strung from it. Is it going to hold? Like I just showed you with the total 3, maybe this is it, and we just start blasting off from here. Could be. If it is, cool. Like, the only reason you shouldn't want this to be it is if you were scared earlier on and you don't have your positions you want to have, and you have FOMO and you want to buy things, and you're like, oh my god, things are going to blast off without me, right? That's the only reason you would care if this goes lower and doesn't blast off from here. Me, I'm perfectly fine with this thing blasting off from here. But as a trader, as someone who watches the markets and uses TA, I do reckon that we can see a move into the one-day level of demand around $290 billion, and that would be a good level to buy your shit coins for a big move up. Man, the heck is this? Trading views ass sometimes. All right, there we go. It's gone. So yeah, $290 billion for the total, or for others. Have it marked, and likely going to be a good level to increase positions. Look for leverage longs, things like that when that hits. But in general, that's kind of our major roundup. Bitcoin dominance is dropping like a rock, like a heavy stone in the ocean, right? We had the triple drive up here at 66, and we've just been falling off a cliff on the weekly. All right, this is already at 57.9, 58%, we can call it. This is a 2-week level of demand. All right, so it would make sense. Again, if we're going to pull back into, say, early September right now, which is very possible, well, what's going to happen? We could see a bounce from this 2-week demand zone before further continuation lower to hit our macro target of what? What, lads? 46%. You should already have that marked on your chart if you watch the live streams. If you don't mark it on your chart, that's our macro target for Bitcoin dominance. And we're on our way there. So yeah, I mean, logical level to bounce from. Maybe we pull back into early September and then we go nuke down to 46%. That's one very, very plausible scenario right now. But I mean, yeah, this is it. When it starts to drop, it starts to drop. Look at the last cycle, right? When it starts to drop, it drops hard, and we are dropping hard, lads. So that's Bitcoin dominance. And let me just take a look at this chart, which is the stable, all the stable coins together. And let's see. So again, we have this level of supply over here on the daily, and price came and wicked into it on Sunday. It's still Sunday, right? It's 9:49 at night, but again, that weekly candle closes at 8 p.m. according to my calculations. Daily candle closes at 8 p.m. So yeah, I mean, came into this 1-day supply zone on the Sunday candle, and you know, it saw a bit of a reaction. Maybe it wants to run these highs and then reverse. Take a look for yourself, but look for something like that. Maybe it wants to run the highs at 777. Right? Crypto is weird, man. Crypto likes these weird numbers. It's like a joke market. It's kind of like the collective consciousness willing things into existence, right? That's why ETH went to 4888 and BNB made an all-time high at what? 888. Like, it's always been a joke market. What was the all-time high of Bitcoin last cycle? 69,420. That's just how it is. That's just how it is, lads. So anyways, we like these odd numbers, these coincidences. Maybe the stablecoin dominance chart wants to go to 7.77 and then nuke for altcoin season. Maybe, lads. Anyways, let's go look at Ethereum now. So again, SFP, the highs, we haven't hit any levels on ETH, okay? We have even the 12-hour hasn't gotten hit yet, right? We have this 12-hour partially mitigated block coming in at 4636, and this hasn't even gotten hit yet. So ETH hasn't hit any levels. That's the 12-hour. I put more weight on this daily down here. The daily at 4470, right over here. And then, of course, the level of 1-day demand that I showed you on total 2 hasn't been hit, total 3 hasn't been hit, and others hasn't been hit. So for our major confluence to basically mark the bottom and buy coins, open leverage longs, before the start of altcoin season, we blast off to 8888 ETH. Yes, that's my macro target for Ethereum, $8,888. Before that happens, maybe we want to go ahead and we want to hit the one day demand in confluence with the total 2, the total 3, and others, potentially. All right, so that's ETH. I mean, look, I'm not even, like, here's the 4-hour. It's just chopping around, chop and slop. SFP, more chop. I would wait for a move logically until at least the 1 day hidden order block, but the level of 1 day demand as well at around 4.336. Yeah, maybe we stop at 44. Who knows, man? All I know is ETH, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to buy over here. We want to be focused on alts because alts are going to give us more gains. And everyone here is only here because they want to make money. They want to make gains. Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong. I know I'm right. So, with that being said, I don't know who's buying ETH up. Do you guys know anybody who's buying Ethereum up here at 4,700? Do you know anyone who would buy it at 4,300? I don't. Everyone I know already owns it. Everyone I know is already positioned. All the big institutions, big funds, they already are positioned. Obviously, there's Sharpling Gaming, but BlackRock is Sharpling Gaming essentially, and they are controlling the market. So every normal person is not buying Ethereum up here. What are they buying? They're buying shitcoins. They're buying altcoins. So with that being said, let's move on over to the altcoin section of today's live stream. Let me catch up with our live chat first. Shout out to Dan Griffiths. What's happening, my man? Random King of Neptune. B Marquis. What up, my guy? Thoughts on Chainlink? Let's go look at Link to get this party started. So Chainlink, good coin. Constant bid. Constant bid over here, lads. We can get rid of this trade because that has played out wonderfully and hit our expectations. So Chainlink, very strong. Let me clean up this chart a little bit, lads. There's too many lines and it's bugging me out. So thoughts on Chainlink. If I have very simple thoughts on Chainlink, what are those thoughts? It's going to run the all-time highs. Not every altcoin is going to run the all-time highs. Many of them will not. Chainlink will. Okay, the all-time high, $53. It's going to run this high. That's my thoughts on Chainlink. If you want to buy, well, I mean, look, this is why you should be in the Mastermind. We call it Chainlink over here at 23. We call this trade perfectly. But yeah, I mean, at this point in time, maybe it wants to pull back into the low 20s again. Again, it's going to run the high, so if you can get it in the low 20s, you'll probably get a 100% move on it. And you can size into this heavy. It's very liquid. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on Chainlink. My boy Shane staying up till 2:30 a.m. to catch this live stream. Appreciate that, lad. Smash up the like button. Crypto Christian, what's up, man? Babriona, Guts Motors. We'll go look at Turbo for our guy Guts Motors. See what's checking up here on Turbo. Here it is. So Turbo on the daily. It looks like it wants to go a bit lower here before higher. Why do I say that? Well, basically we had this demand zone. I'll mark it like this. We had this demand zone. Man, trading view is really pissing me off today, man. Give me the thing I want, not this stupid thing. Smash my computer screen on the live stream. Just kidding, lads. Anyways, we had this demand zone. Right, we had a really large move up in price. So with that, price came back into this level of demand and we bounced. It was quite a weak bounce here on Turbo. This was on, August 10th, August 11th that week. And then what happened? Price came back into this demand zone and it's not really holding. The buyers aren't really buying here anymore. So maybe it wants to go find some fresh buyers find some fresh buyers in order for price to be able to be pushed up higher. So, yeah, I mean, the buyers are basically exhausted over here in the 4s. Again, I'm on the 1,000 Turbo perpetual contract. So there's, the decimal places are moved up to be $4.25 right now. But yeah, I mean, there's a lack of buyers at this point. The demand is used up over here at like $4.25. So I reckon it probably will head down a bit lower and maybe come back to the quarterly. Right, the quarterly is over here at 370, and potentially hit, into the low 3s as well. And that would be a better place to look to buy Turbo at the current moment in time. Okay, if you don't care and you just want to buy it now, and you can eat a drawdown of 20-25%, whatever, that's fine. But obviously, if you're going to use leverage, you need to be precise, and I would be looking for slightly lower. And that's the case with most coins right now. All right, I'll go look at Tau, show you Tau. So 350 needs to hold currently on Tau, and it's holding 350, right? But like I've been discussing, same thing I just showed you on Turbo. Yeah, Tau has been weak, especially compared to coins like Chainlink, ETH. Tau has been way, way, way weaker. But demand down here, right? From this big move up, right? This demand zone was hit, produced a really good bounce. I mean, was this a really good bounce? It was decent, but it failed. The rally failed. Price comes back to the same level of demand, produces an even weaker bounce. And now we come back to the same level of demand. And look at this most recent bounce it's produced. Not so strong, lads. Not so strong. So maybe this wants to go ahead and run to 297, which is what? It's the range low down here before it goes and blasts off. That's my look on Tau. And it makes a lot of sense to me, lads. Right? Just look at the supply and demand. Look at the supply and demand. The demand is now quite weak around this 350 to 330 level. It's very possible it just blasts off from here. I wouldn't mind whatsoever if it does. I have a big old bag of Tau. So if it wants to go straight up to 1,000 from here, amazing. It's perfectly fine with me. But I'm very aware of the chart. I'm very aware that the demand is weak over here at 350 to 330. It's produced constant lower high, lower high, lower high with the same horizontal support. So I wouldn't be surprised to see it run to where more buyers are, stronger buyers are, just below 300 and then start to go. And that's the case with many other coins right now as well. Very similar charts, similar setups, similar situations. So in regards, someone says pumping into the next FOMC. Next FOMC is on September 17th. And as of right now, the odds for a 25 basis point rate cut decrease are 81%. For 50 basis points, it's 4.2%, which is extremely low. And the overall, I mean, yeah, 81% chance it's going to be 25 basis points, according to the betting prediction markets, which, you know, aren't always correct, but, you know, this is where people are putting their money. This is where all the money is going. So, yeah, very likely looks like a rate cut, but, you know, these odds can sway crazy in short amounts of time, but it does look like they are going to be cutting rates, which is not really too much of a surprise. Also with that, so this is new. This community note is new. It was not here when I pulled up this post. But basically, Europe will launch a stablecoin on Ethereum. And then this says there's no evidence for this claim. The EU are currently looking only into what blockchain to use. Now, look, guys, I have some theories around Ethereum. Some pretty deep theories. I'm not sure your minds will be able to comprehend such deep theories. So maybe I'll have to post this only in my private group. But long story short, just to give you an idea, Ethereum is the literal matrix. Yes. It is the digital lattice, lads. So yeah, I mean, obviously EU is going to use Ethereum. I mean, everything's going to be on Ethereum. So anyways, I'll get more into that. I'll expand more into that if you guys would like to hear my off the fringe theory. But my off the fringe theories have proven to be correct. You know, for the past 6-7 years now, when I went against the grain and you know, decided to just listen to what's in here. Let's go look at XRP and let's go look at HBAR. Actually, I'm more interested in looking at HBAR. So for HBAR, lads, shared the setup in the Mastermind. Basically, we had this 2-hour HOB, and as you can see here, the 2-hour got slightly front ran before it produced a huge bounce, and now price came and hit it. And I mean, look, if anyone in the Mastermind ended up taking this trade, move that stop loss to break even. Don't lose on this. Right? You don't want to risk the full 3.8% here. Don't take a loss. So move that stop to break even. Now on the daily, we kind of have the same situation where this is an interesting chart. Really interesting chart. We have our daily demand. Let me get rid of this red zone. Right, our daily demand over here. Hasn't been hit yet, and we have this range low at 23 cents, we'll call it for simplicity's sake. It's 22.988. But yeah, I mean, look at this chart. Range low, consolidation with this horizontal support. So really, you want to see the range low hold. You don't want to see this break, or, you know, who knows what could happen. So maybe it wants to go SFP the range lows before the big move up, potentially. But, you know, if we zoom this bad boy out, we're at resistance. Price is coiling up really, really hard. So we're expecting this to snap and break and likely push to the all-time high. For HBAR, I believe is like 57 cents from the last cycle. It hit 40 cents over here in January. So it hasn't made a new all-time high. But yeah, I would be looking at like the range lows around 22 cents if you were looking to be a buyer at the current moment in time. Also, I mean, look, the one-day demand zone not to be ignored at 23 and a half. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing on HBAR. Been holding super strong. But I would definitely be looking, if I wanted to buy this coin, at least in the one-day demand, right? If you missed, obviously, the shorter-term trade. But, you know, yeah, that's how I would see HBAR right now. Guys, destroy that like button. Absolutely destroy the like button. Shout out to Moby Sage, a.k.a. D. Jenny from the blockchain. What's up, lad? Cubic update not mentioned for a while. Yeah, that's because I'll talk about Cubic when I want to talk about Cubic. Nobody pays me to talk about Cubic. So if I don't want to talk about it, I won't talk about it. Do I still hold it? Yeah, I do. But that's it. I see we got a bunch of super chats just rolled in. Shout out to Blockchain Junkie. Blockchain Junkie says, hey, Connor, just wanted to say thanks for the MODAD and the Atlantis IDO pass. I sincerely appreciate it, bro. Hey, no worries at all, man. No worries at all. By the way, guys, I can give away one of those IDO passes right now. I had the means to do so. So somebody want to win an IDO pass? Well, if you do, make some noise in that live chat, and maybe you might just win it if I pick you. But Blockchain Junkie, thank you for that $4.99 super chat. Really appreciate it, man. No worries at all. Bob's my uncle with another super chat. Shout out to Bob. I'm curious. Bob, I'm going to look into how much money you send me because I have no idea how much currency that is. Regardless, I'm grateful. Yes, I'm grateful for the super chat. But I got to know how much this is. I believe it's Colombian peso, COP, right? 4,000. $1. Bob, this ain't Dollar Tree, bro. The hell, man. No, it's cool, but still. We'll look at Dolo, but hey, I mean, this is Sunday. Sundays are community live stream. So I'll look at coins for $1. But during the week, I will not look at a coin for $1 in my live streams. Let's see. Thoughts on the Dolo chart? Well, let me see what this is. Dolomite. Market cap. It's been on a tear. It's been on a heater. This is on the Barachain blockchain. So I'm not familiar with any projects on Barachain, personally. I'm just not. Money market trading protocol, lending and borrowing. It's DeFi. So it's like, it seems like it's probably the main DeFi protocol on Barachain. So it's not necessarily an original idea. It's likely being pushed by the Barachain Whales team even, and it's been on a big run. It's multiplied. It's 10x'd from over here in early July. So a really, really big run. Now, look, buying something like this now doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense to me. You do have an interesting chart where, I mean, this is not the cleanest triple drive, but you have 1, 2, 3. So certainly not like the cleanest triple drive at all. Maybe, really I'm seeing a double drive so far, and maybe he wants to go for the triple. But you do have very early warning signs, right? Look, this thing is pumped from the lows. It's pumped up 12x, 1100% delta. It's front running the rest of the market with this big pump. And I think if you're looking to buy the coin now, you're probably going to be exit liquidity. If you did want to buy it for a potential third drive, you could look for a move back into this base support over here into the low 20 cents for a pump up into a third drive. And that will likely be the top for it, and it will go back to the bottom. That's my thoughts on the chart and project. Thank you for that super chat, Bob. Appreciate you, my man. Dolo is involved with World Liberty Financial. DeFi OGs love it. It's a good narrative. Good narrative to get retail to buy in after a big 10x pump. What happened to the Telegram trading group? It's still there. Miggles. Smash up the like button, let's. So Miggles has been chopping around 30 million market cap for quite some time. No updates on this, right? The levels are the same. The analysis is like the same. Okay, here's our daily time frame chart. We're still in a range. Range high is 40 million, 41 million market cap. And both times recently, in late July, as well as early August, prices come above the range high. We've seen it fall back inside of the range. Okay, so 30 million market cap seems like a pretty decent price if you're bullish on Miggles. Seems like a decent price, lads. But if we're going to pull back into early September, maybe he wants to go for the range low again before it sends. But yeah, this is still just in a accumulation, right? This is just a bottom accumulation. And yeah, I think it will run. So that's Miggles. Shout out to Eric Royston. My man Eric Royston with a $20 super chat, my guy. Thank you, sir. He says, thanks for all you do. Really appreciate that, dude. You're welcome. Thank you for your support. Eric Royston's a real one, guys. Thank you. Let's see. Treble's looking ready for launch. Yeah, I mean, look, all the Jeets from the pre-sale are out, or most of them at least. Right? They're one clip in their entire stack at the exact bottom. Get the Jeets out. Let's get the Chads in. The funny thing is, most of those people are, people either in my group or they watch the channel here. They just don't believe, man. Get the Jeets out, selling the bottom like a bunch of pussies. So yeah, with them likely gone, I think there's room to go up a lot higher. Okay. Yeah, it looks really good. It's up like 40% from the bottom. Had to suck to be a Jeet that sold their entire stack at the bottom, but it is what it is. That's how the market works. Bullish on Treble. Opinions haven't changed, and we'll see what happens from here. But I mean, go check out what's happening. Go show me another project on Base that has a live AI agent integrated into their platform that can do buys and sells for you. Go show me another one. Okay? Let me disconnect this wallet. Go show me another one that hasn't... Actually, we might as well test this. You can ask Elvis, can you make a buy for me? I want to buy Treb with USDC. Go show me another project that has an AI agent that can make a swap for you. That doesn't exist on Base. There's some DeFi ones that can do like lending and borrowing positions. Sure. But in terms of making swaps, go show me another one that can do it. Treble's the only one. First mover advantage. And you got a bunch of Jeets selling the bottom. I digress, though. I digress. Somebody asking about Sui. Good ask. Sui's free money, guys. Sui's $7 to $8. Trust in it. Believe it will happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Sui hits $7.77. But the question is, Sui buy level, is it going to take liquidity below the 1st of August at 327? So there's a level at 323, yeah. 323, 324. 2 times this guy over here. Right? This is from the 8th of June. Hidden behind 2 fair value gaps. So it's just below these range lows. Now, there's no guarantee at all this gets hit. Absolutely not. But I have limit orders here for leverage trades. Personally, I'll tell you, I do. Spot, I think it's wise to just hold spot because, again, this is an easy 2x minimum. But, yeah, I mean, I do have limit orders down here at 323 for leverage trades, too. I have very high conviction in Sui. So will it come down here to 323? It's absolutely no guarantee at all. Absolutely no guarantee at all. But that would be a logical place. Really, there's the one-day level of demand that I think we can see a reaction from. Okay? This is at 35555 down to 3.4133. This level of demand on the one day. So we'll see. You know, we want to line it up with major confluence. It's very strong. It has a constant bid. I mean, this coin is protected right now. Yeah, so there's absolutely no guarantee it's going to hit 323. If you want to buy Sui, I would be looking to buy it in the one-day demand. If you don't have any and you want to get it for this run, buy it in this one-day demand zone, starting at $3.55, $3.56. That's your first buy zone, and then maybe catch a cheeky leverage long at 323 if it's given. Bob says, sorry for $1. Wife and kisses support. All good, dude. It's more of just like setting the precedent for everyone. I just have to use you as the example. Bob also stepped up the super chat here. Gave $2.50, my man. Funny guy. He says, I'll step up the super chat for this one. GAI on base. Becker and all those guys in, but legit Doc's team. Cool looking project. Nice pullback. Yeah, Becker and the lads. I wonder how much Becker gets paid to talk about a coin like this. I really wonder. Someone who's in a similar kind of industry, a similar thing, right? Like, how much does this guy get paid to talk about a coin? Hundreds of thousands. Easy. But anyways. Thoughts on this coin? So this is, let's just lay this out in layman's terms. D. Jenny from the blockchain, Moby Sage, pay attention, because you asked a question about fair value gaps earlier. And we'll answer it right now. So a fair value gap is not the same as a supply zone. No, it's not. So this is a fair value gap. This is also a fair value gap. Basically just a large inefficiency in price. Price makes a very large, fast move. The gap between the two candle closes here is the fair value gap. So anyways, this coin, GAI, is in this first daily time frame fair value gap. And if this thing's going to remain strong, this very likely, where's my drawing tool? I lost my drawing tool, whatever. If this thing's going to remain strong, this very likely will end up holding over here around 30 million. But here's the thing. If it does want to dip, right, if some big whales want to sell, whatever, well, I would be looking in this lower fair value gap, specifically the daily hidden order blocks, which are at about 15 million market cap down to like 13.5 million market cap. Like look at Newt, for example. Look at Newt. This fair value gap took like months to fill. Right? There was one particular mastermind group out there who, the guy who ran the group bought the coin, and a few of his buddies who he told, his influencer buddies, they all bought it here, and then they released it to the mastermind, and it caused this crazy pump. But the issue was they were the only people buying. There was no actual organic demand. So what happened? When the guy who ran that group decided he lost some conviction in the project, and he posted that, everyone who tagged along dumped it. Where did it go? It went right to the fair value gap that was left behind for months. Okay, so these fair value gaps are the highest probability places, especially when they have order blocks as well behind them. They're the highest probability places where price will go to eventually. They don't always get filled, but they usually do get filled. So anyways, here's one example on Newt, and GAI, it's kind of similar. Alex Becker talking about it. All the other guys getting paid handsome sums of money to say, oh, this coin's really good, guys. You should buy it. Is that real, true organic demand? I mean, Not necessarily, right? It's borrowed conviction in a sense. So if something were to happen, where would price go to if all these people with borrowed conviction sold? It would go right down here to like 15 million market cap. There's a little educational lesson for you guys. Smash up the like button. That's the reality of this market. Tinfoil hat is on. I'm taking the red pill. Shout out to FBSK2V. Do I show you this, man? I'm not sure your mind can comprehend, but you seem ready. What I want you to do, I want you to look up Jacoby Grinberg. Jacoby Grinberg and the Synergic theory. Jacoby Grinberg disappeared in 1994. He was like a quantum physicist, and he came up with the lattice theory. The lattice is basically the quantum field. You can interact with it. Anyways, he disappeared in 1994. What year was Vitalik Buterin born? 1994. Vitalik Buterin birthed Ethereum. Ethereum is essentially the digital lattice. It gets kind of dark. That's all we'll go into for now. But that's enough clues, that's enough breadcrumbs for you to start your journey into this very deep topic. Jacoby Grinberg disappeared into the ether in 1994. Quite strange, lads, quite strange. Anyways, also we got Blue Breath with a super chat, $10. Thank you, man. Appreciate that super chat. Moby, self-talk, bro. You can't call yourself a cuck, bro. You gotta have some vril, some spirit, bro. Language, words are very powerful, dude. Look up Jacoby Grinberg and the lattice. Do some research on that and realize what you're doing when you say that about yourself. Tayo Crate says, damn, I didn't know this was alive. Well, now you know, man. This is alive, yeah. Anyways, lads, Dogecoin. So yeah, Doge. Look, Doge is gonna run $1. So it's at 23 cents. Maybe the market gives you another chance to get it at like 22, 21 cents in here. Easy buy. Run it up to $1. At least like 60. It's going to go to at least 69 cents. That's my minimum price prediction, 69 cents. But it probably does hit the Elon prophecy of the Dogecoin $1 bill. And that will probably be the top for it this cycle. So right now, you still have some time, lads. If you want to get some Dogecoin, you can buy Dogecoin on Treble Swap, by the way, with Coinbase Doge, right? Just search CB. And you can get Coinbase wrapped Dogecoin right on Treble Swap. So, yeah. Treble Swap. Best exchange on base, lads. Anyways, Dogecoin, easy money from here. Safe play. Litecoin, Dogecoin and Litecoin are very connected. If you guys didn't know, right? You need to essentially mine Litecoin to mine Doge. But anyways, LTC just moved into, let me just grab this, just moved into the one-day demand zone down here, right? Came right into 115.50 and it's bouncing. Look, Litecoin's looking super bullish and it looks like it's time for this thing to blow, right? Everyone who followed me in the bear market 2022, circa 2022, right? We've been, expecting this to happen for a long ass time, basically. And it looks like it's finally going to happen. So with that being said, if we do dip further, you might be able to buy Litecoin around 107, 106 over here. It's not a given at all. It's definitely not a given. But if this level is lost at like 115, 113, and you see below 110, I think that is a rock solid buy for a run up to the all-time highs. It's time for this to happen. Litecoin all-time high is 410. So yeah, I mean, look, if you can get it at like 106, 107, I think it's easy money. Bob said he's getting killed in the super chats. Knew I was cheap, but damn. Hey, man. Sometimes I just gotta, call it out, bro. But hey, nonetheless, dude, it's not that serious. Like, I appreciate your support. I really do. But yeah, during the week, I'm gonna have to be a little more strict with the super chats because we have a live show and we can't interrupt the flow of our live show looking at random coins too often. We're not getting at least like $20, right? So listen, if you guys want a IDO pass for Atlantis, again, I can give one away. I have the means to do it. I have the means to do it every single live stream. Do you guys want me to go live more often then? You want daily live streams? Start super chatting me $25. Where's the $100 super chats? You guys want me to go live every day? Where's the $500 super chats? If you don't ask, you don't receive. I'm asking. Let's see. Who should I give it to? Is there a way I can like random pick a comment from the live chat? Let me ask AI real quick. I need to set something up. All right, we're gonna set up a bot for the next stream, and we're gonna give away 2 IDO passes in the next live stream. All right, and maybe if you tweet out at me right now on Twitter, go follow me on X. Maybe someone who tweets out at me right now will win an IDO pass anyway. Okay? So, yeah, follow me on X if you're not following me on X. But, yeah, my next live stream, I'll give away 2 passes with a bot so that it will be a true random winner and fair. Because I don't want to, like, pick someone. Because I obviously have favorites. I've been seeing the same names for 5 years at this point. So, I obviously have favorites. But I want to make it fair. So, yeah. Dice550. My man Dice5 with a super chat. He says, thanks for all you do, man. What's your best ROI coin from the top 50? So best ROI coin from the top 50 from this point. So depending on how things go, I mean, man, I'm not going to switch up. And I want to put my money where my mouth is too, right? I'm not going to mention a coin I don't hold. Out of the top 50, we can't really expect like 10x, 20x gains from these coins at this point in time. Okay. I'm going to say Doge to $1, man. And I'll put my money where my mouth is because I have Doge. You know, Sui can maybe run to like max best case 12 to 15 bucks. But I think like $7 to $8 is basically a given. Yeah, I mean the top 50 over here, like we can't be expecting 10, 20x gains from these coins. Tau, I can see Tau running up like 12, 1500. But still, that's what, like less than a 5x, right? So, and Tau, yeah, Tau still is in the top 50. But so yeah, I'm gonna say Dogecoin for that, dude. Doge to $1. Let me pull up the Elon meme real quick. This one. My laptop. It's about 3 years old. Elon Musk has the Dogecoin $1 bill. It's a prophecy. Right? So I'm going to say Doge. The Green Hornet with a $20 super chat. Thank you, bro. Really appreciate your support. Thoughts on AVAX all-time high this cycle? I think AVAX will run. Yeah. All-time high is 144. Current price is 22. So, will AVAX make a new all-time high? I said it will run. I didn't say it will run to the all-time high. It's definitely not a guarantee at all. I mean, look, there's no guarantees at all in the market. But, yeah, AVAX running to the all-time high. It's, I'm not so sure about that one. First of all, let's check dilution. So it's basically fully diluted right now. There's only around $1 billion of tokens that are not in circulation out of the fully diluted. So current market cap, 10.9 billion. All right, so it's really, like if we look at something like HBAR and compare the dilution, I'll just show you real quick. Right, current market cap is 10.5 billion, and you know the price is significantly lower than the all-time high. And over here, when it hit that all-time high, the market cap was like 7 billion. So this is an example of heavy dilution, right? So AVAX hit the all-time high with a market cap of 30 billion. And yeah, the market cap is significantly lower when it was at the all-time high, opposite of HBAR, where the market cap was significantly lower. My live stream just like crashed for a second. I think I'm back though. Hopefully I'm back. Just had like a big crash boom for a sec. So yeah, anyways, AVAX, I like this 1 week level of supply at 90 bucks. AVAX up here, 90 bucks. It seems like a very logical target for the cycle, guys. But anyways, this was an awesome live stream. thank you for everyone's support. It's good to see the super chats popping off. It's always good to feel appreciated. I put a lot of work into this channel for many years now, so I appreciate you guys supporting me with, some super chats and things like that. It goes a long way, man. It makes me want to come back for more. So, yeah, thank you, and hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. If you guys haven't noticed, we're locked in, right? We got back from our trip to Japan, and we're locked in. So smash the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We're not going anywhere. And I'll see you in the next video, lads. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire. Stay blessed. See you in the next one.